Dockers Halftime, brought to you by Dockers Khakis. Eat turkey and watch football in style. Nice pants.
The beauty of Barry Sanders, you never know when it's going to happen. He had 6 carries for 17 yards until this run takes it 40 yards, slippery, easing his way to pay dirt. He's 51 yards away from becoming the second all-time NFL rushing leader. Barry Sanders. Bears on top by 3 as we welcome you back here. Ronnie Lott, Howie Long, Terry Bradshaw, and yours truly, James Brown. You know, again, Detroit looking good, but give Chicago some credit. As we said during the pregame show, they aren't giving up.
Well, we said also on the show that the thing was to go to the outside on these young rookie corners, Westbrook and Abrams, and look at Ricky Proehl, what he's done in the first half, 160 yards and receptions already, Ronnie.
That's right. You talked about the sugar, and the sugar definitely was on the outside. That's what you have to do. You got to throw the ball on the outside, as well as Ryan Wetnight, the tight end, was able to get up the middle, and that's what they have to continue to do.
233 yards, the high for a receiver this year. Isaac Bruce versus Atlanta. Ricky Proehl on pace to break that right now. Throwing the ball over the top to Herman Moore, as we talked about in the pregame.
Detroit with a mark of 6-6. This game is huge for playoff implications with them. All right, folks, as the Dockers halftime continue, we will talk with the always candid Mike Ditka of the Saints after this. And welcome back to Dockers Halftime. Saints head coach Mike Ditka made news this week by saying after last Sunday's loss to the Falcons, he wasn't sure whether he was the right person to coach the team. On Monday, he said he made a mistake and he's in for the long haul. Earlier, we had a chance to talk with Ditka, and I asked him whether he regrets what he said.
Well, my true feelings is that I want to fulfill the obligation I took on when I came here for Mr. Benson and this organization. I want to do the best job I can. I said I wanted to come here for 3 years and see what happened. If it works in 3 years, I'll be here for a long time. I was dead wrong on Sunday, but in the heat of frustration and disappointment, I said some very stupid things. But it's not the first time, James.
and it won't be the last either, will it, Coach?
That's right.
You went out and you brought in Heath Schuler. You brought in some people. You've gone down the line in quarterbacks. Your quarterback position, you have to be extremely frustrated with. Is quarterback something you're going to address again this offseason?
Terry, what's happened to us really is we don't make plays. You know, whether it's a quarterback or the receiver or the running back, we just aren't making plays on offense. It's very simple, and as you know, having played the position, it's very easy to blame the quarterback for a lot of problems. First of all, it starts with the offensive line. If you don't protect, you know, you're not going to throw the ball very well. Heath Schuler's not a dead issue at all. I think he's going to come back. He's injured right now. He's out for the year. We're going to go with Billy Joe Hobart. I think it's going to be interesting. This kid is he's an interesting guy. I like him. He's my kind of guy. Reminds me a little bit of McMahon, and you know, McMahon and I were good friends for a long time.
Hey, Mike, it's Howie Long. I, for one, am glad you came to your senses. I think there's a place in pro football for Mike Ditka as a coach. And first of all, when you take the job in New Orleans, what surprised you most about what's transpired so far this year? Did you overestimate the talent, maybe?
Yeah, I did. I think that's the biggest thing I did wrong. I thought we'd be a lot better right now. You know, as good as we're playing on the defensive side of the ball, Howie, we should have 3 or 4 more wins. That's a fact. Nobody can deny that. Our defense has played their hearts out, and they played hard. We've done a really respectable job with the special teams also.
Coach, this is Ronnie Lott. I'm curious about the players today, their commitment to the game. I know we talked about Love Fest. I mean, has that frustrated you? Has that got you in this situation where you feel like I'm not living up to being a great coach?
Well, I think the thing that you and I talked about, Ronnie, it's hard to create loyalty. You know, it's hard to say, why does anybody want to play for this team? You know, it's hard for me to say, yeah, I think it'd be special if you want to play for the Saints. We're going to do something here. We're going to make some changes. We're going to win. It's hard to get people to do that. You know, there are a few winning organizations that have the ability to do that a little bit. The 49ers do that. But that's what we're trying to create here. But people say, hey, why should I stay there? You're not winning. You don't have this. You don't have that. I'll go somewhere where the money is. That's the only thing that bothers me. I wish that we could create loyalties. But, you know, it's everybody's fault. You know, the NFL's fault as well as the players' fault. You know, we've broken down a barrier there, or we've built a barrier there, rather. There's no loyalty between anybody. I want some loyalty. I want only people who want to play here. And that may not win for me in the beginning, but in the end it will win.
Are you concerned that if in 3 years this thing doesn't work, that what you've accomplished in the past in Chicago is going to be somewhat tainted a little bit?
Only if I believe the glory of my life is not going to be on this earth. If I know it's not going to be on this earth, what difference does it make? What happened in Chicago is such a distant memory to me. I can't even remember it, I swear. I can remember the players, but I don't remember what happened.
Hey, Coach, we thank you very much for being very candid with us, and success to you the rest of the way. And we look forward to you being in the NFL for quite some time to come.
Thank you, James.
We'll rejoin Pat and John for the second half of the Bears-Lions contest. All of that after this.
You're watching a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special.